Hi friends, and welcome back into the channel. Happy Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yes. How's everybody doing? How are you all? Welcome back into the mat. My friends, I want to share a fun pair of earrings with you today out of the makings of my timeless devotion bag. My friends, how fun are these? Look, this is what we've got going on. We've just got a lot. Actually, I'm going to lay these beauties down and let her glow at you. And I'm going to zoom you in. Here's where we're going, guys. You know, I love me some chain dangly earrings and the shoulder dust length. I am here for it, my friends. Bail. So a really fun, unique way to use a bail was actually, I designed this entire earring around that bail, is put it within your design. Look at this. Is this too much fun? And notice around that bail, we have the twisted wire wrap loop, right? Which is why we're going to use the 22 gauge today. So that's what we've got. I did make a little rim here for my Imperial Jasper. I love that popping on that bronze. Also, we've got a bronze bead cap on the silver bead. Guys, this mixed metal is a situation. I just am telling you. Oh, so what do you guys think? You ready to make this beauty? Let's make her up. Okay, so let's, guys. By the way, I've got my cuddle duds on today. It is freezing. Oh, I'm so cold. Okay. Oh, look. See, don't even need that. I don't need. All right, guys. So grab some of your Figueroa chain and cut it or not. This again is some scraps from a previous project I just did. So I just am going to feed on 4 random pieces like I did over here. I haven't even cut them yet. Okay, so I just put them on and I haven't even cut them. So they're not quite cascading perfectly just yet. So we will do that together. And of course we'll make this darling little ear wire. We'll make that darling little ear wire. Okay, so grab some chain and just some 4 pieces. If you've already got some scraps or just one length. And again, doesn't matter. Measurements, friends, make these, however you want. And I've got a cuboid and a couple more beautiful beads and then that cute leaf veil. I am going to grab some 22 gauge antique copper wire. And I'm going to need several pieces. So let's warm it up a little, friends, and let's cut a couple pieces. 2-3 inches, something like that. All the things. Okay, so we're gonna work from the bottom on up. And so we're gonna start with adding that chain and that cuboid on 2 wire wrap loops. So I will grab a piece of my wire here. And let's put a bend in it. Now I did a very tiny 1 wrap on the bottom here. So I don't need much wire at the top here. So we'll just do that and we'll make the start of a wire wrap loop. And I did do a small little loop here. Okay, so we'll go up and around and push that around. So we'll stop right there once we get to our lollipop head. And notice how small my loop is, okay? So, but you can make that if you want to put more chain on, make that bigger. We'll crank that open and feed the last link of these random links of my chain. So there's 1, 2. I think I'm going to have to go 3 and then 4 by folding it in half because I just realized I have 2 that are 3 link there and that'll be too short. So hashtag modify. Let me put that last link on and grab the last link on that side and then we'll cascade it. So we're just going to be making sure, friends, that notice there our chain is within the loop, okay? That's super important. So when we wrap this up, I'm going to do just 1 wrap to secure that chain in there, but we do want to make sure that it's not on this side of our wire. So because we're working with 22 gauge, I'm just going to use my finger and just push that down. And again, making sure that all my chain is down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap that up. So I'll hold that. And we're just going to give this one nice rotation here. That's all we need to secure that in. We're going to trim. And let me push those wires together. So we'll tighten those up a little there. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that's what we have. All right, so we just can go upside down, make sure that your chain does not fall off. And now I'm just gonna feed on a cuboid. And then we will do a wire wrap loop on top of that beauty. So I'm just going to put my pliers right up against that bead. Make sure that's straight. We can straighten it out if not, put it in a right bend. And I'll do, again, somewhat of quite a small little loop here, but not quite as small as the bottom. So I'm gonna go about right there and up and around, and we'll do a full wire wrap loop there. Fill in that space. And we'll trim that off. And now, my friends, the fun part. Putting on this little leaf bail. Straighten that out. Okay, so that one is done. Now, we are going to grab our little leaf bail here and a piece of wire. So it's probably about 3.5 inch piece or so. It don't need much, doesn't matter, right? Just a working piece. We're gonna put it through the bottom of that leaf, somewhat get that centered, push these wires up on either side to where we're gonna basically crisscross them, okay? Then we're gonna continue to push up here, okay? And then I am now going to twist them. So I'll grab a hold to those and twisty tie. Twisty tie all the way down, basically. And we are gonna end up pinching that wire together there a little tighter, but we're gonna do it after we actually construct the full earring. That's how I did it, guys. So I can trim a smidge here. And now I am going to wire wrap this to that beautiful cuboid. So here's what we have. Okay, so we just need to go in with our round nose here. And again, I'm gonna do a pretty small loop. So we'll go like that, up and around. And now here I'm gonna wanna take and just make sure that that loop is centered somewhat on this, somewhat of like a triangle that I've got going on here, okay? And we'll pop that open. We'll feed this one right on there and wrap it up. And same thing, this is gonna keep moving around on you. Don't worry about it right now. We'll get to it in a minute. We just need one nice wrap with these twisty ties here because we've got now essentially 4 wires going around there. So we just need one nice wrap there and trim. Make sure that little guy's tucked in there. Very good. And now The next layer is we'll grab another piece of wire. I thought I cut 3, guys. Where did it go? Did I just gel? Okay. Let's grab another piece of wire here. And do the top one. So same thing, we're just doing wire wrap loops basically for this entire project, friends. And just wire wrapping everything together. It's just too beautiful. And so simple. And not too time consuming, I might add. So this is just all working out. Up and around, rotate, and before we close that up, we will pop that on the bail. And we, guys, we're just like almost already making the ear wire. We're just moments. Super easy, fun pair of earrings. I hope you guys will try these. They are so sweet and very, very easy. They are not heavy. Okay. And just darling. All right, so we've got our final wire wrap loop, and now what we're gonna do is make that pretty ear wire. For that, we'll grab some 20 gauge, and we just need about a 2-inch piece. Warm that up, straighten that out a little bit, and we'll cut that off. I am going to grab my bail making now, and I'm going to go to the largest bail. I'm going to put my wire in there, about left center, and push this front wire up and around, and I will match it up to this one. Okay, let me get that matched up there. It's easier, you know, obviously, guys, when you make them at the same time, but I could have done that, but I thought, you know, let's make them, make the full project, Jen. So that looks even now. Yeah, okay. So we had them in our bail making, friends, and we just pulled that up and around, right? Okay. Now I'm going to basically put that towards me. I'm going to go to my second step. I'm going to put that facing me right across from where I just cut that part that goes through my ear. And I'm going to push this wire up all the way until it touches the ear wire. Okay, so we have this. I am now going to remove, and I'm just going to flip this completely around to where this one, small one, is now on the top. Put that right there. Okay, and now I'm just going to take this wire and pull it down all the way and wrap it till it's touching like this. And now I'm going to rotate my tool towards the ear wire, just like that. And let's remove the tool. And you'll have something looks kind of funky like that. Using the flush cutter side, we will now trim right across that intersection there on that top little loop. And then we'll just grab our round nose and make sure that loop is completely tucked in. So we'll just roll that around. And then we'll just put some chain nose here, kind of straighten that out a little bit. And that's what you have. Cute little pair of ear wires. And for the back, we'll just go right here and kick that up. And then we'll file that. Make sure we don't have any pokies. The next thing we're going to do, my friends, is grab that earring, and we are going to slide it on here. So we'll put it right down there, and then I'll pop it in here, and then I will make sure to close up that little double little loop there. And there we go. Now let's go back and finish the bail and also make sure everything is laying straight. So if we need to turn any of our loops, we can do that. And I can already tell that I certainly need to. So I'm holding my ear wire where this is my front. my bail, notice my bail is wanting to hang like this. I want it to be this way. So I'll just hold the, above that imperial jasper, I'll just hold that loop, okay, and I'll just grab the bottom of that loop on that component and turn it. Just turn it towards me until this is now facing the front, which now it is. Okay, so the last thing I did, guys, was fidget with this a little bit. Now, you can certainly leave it like that. You know, it's totally fine. It moves freely, and it's a cool, wispy kind of look. But what I did was I grabbed my chain nose, kind of made sure that it was straight, and then I'm basically pinching the wires right here. And I just kind of pinched them like that. And then I'll flip this way and do the same thing on that side. So kind of looks a little something like that. And again, don't have to be perfect. But I kind of like that look. It looks it looks great both ways, but anyway, and then if we need to straighten your loop out a little, you can certainly do that. Okay, so that's what mine looks like, and again, you do not have to do that. Let's look at our chain, and we'll do something fun cascading. You can do anything you want here. Get your creative juices flowing, and just make something beautiful, right? There is no shortage of making beautiful things. Oh, that's that one I put. I forgot. So we definitely need to cut that. So it does not really matter though, guys. It really does not, if they cascade or they're just different lengths. I think I'm just going to do with like a random length cutting here. So maybe I'll cut that length there. And I think I also want to end like with the mother and the son links different at the bottoms here. So there's this one, that one. Now maybe this one goes down here. So I'll cut a sun link. So just, even if you've got some scraps of any kind of chain, that works. It's just so fun. I love chain tassels. I love chain tassels. I hope you guys enjoy today's fun beadie inspiration, this beautiful long tassel chain earring, but also some creative ways to utilize your bails if you've got some beautiful decorative bails such as these. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Be well, my friends.